Hi guys, so I thought I'd do a sort of small Q&A update on what we're sort of doing at the moment, and go over our monthly grocery haul, because this month we're not doing one because I'm going away, so I'll have to actually do next month's like a week and a half early, because I leave right on the week that we would usually do the monthly haul. So the time where I would release the money for that month. For those that don't know, Eric works on commission, so we don't actually get paid regularly, so I sort of pay us out of our savings account, like a wage on what we need and stuff, and everything else stays in savings. But anyway, it's a whole completely different story. And I've found that works really well, instead of having like a large amount of money and being like, oh, let's go shopping. Anyway, so this month I've done a small shop. So to top up, I still need a few things. I've just done Woolies, which is pretty much all I'm going to do. I need to grab 16 breads from Costco, because it's so much cheaper at Costco, and I also need to grab another lot of milk from there. And a few people have said that it doesn't really add up, or it's not really cheaper, but milk and bread are a lot cheaper, and since they're the things that we regularly go through a lot, it's worth us having our Costco membership just for that. And we live really close, so we can fill up there on a regular basis too. So just in that, it works out really well. But this month all we got was this small grocery haul, which I'll show you right now. So here is what I got. I got 2 packs of apples, I got tomato paste, butter, sugar, formula, 2 lots of yogurt, sausages, bananas, cucumber, fish, Wheat Bix, fish fingers, box of wipes, normal size tortillas and jumbo tortillas, a block of cheese, 4 milks, and 4 kilos of washed potatoes. So that is what we have there. I need to grab from Aldi, I need to get chicken schnitzels for another meal. I need to get nappies from there, and I needed to get tuna, and I think I've got enough pasta. So tuna and a few other things from there, and I'll probably get more yogurt from there too, because yeah, I'll probably go there in a few days and the kids will run out of yogurt, so I'll grab it there. I'll probably grab milk too, because I try and space them out, so I need to get milk whenever I go and sort of do these top up loads. So that is the groceries for the month. That's literally all I did. So today's came to 124.78. So it was under what I sort of wanted to spend. So I've got another 75 for the rest of the month for milk, bread, and a few other cereals and stuff that are needed. The only night that doesn't count is Andrew and Caitlin's birthdays. Oh no, yeah, Andrew's birthday might be, yeah, Andrew's birthday will still be in this month. Well, it is in October, but it'll still be in this month's groceries, I mean. So Eric's, Andrew's and Caitlin's birthday this month, they haven't happened yet. So they will have their own budget for that day for food. It's separated in its own budget, I guess. So yeah, so they're the exclusion days of food and that. Otherwise we're pretty much doing a non-spend month. I'm going very early in November over to the States, as a lot of you have asked when I'm going. I don't want to give dates because we'll have people, we don't need extra issues with people coming here when I'm not here. So we're just going to, I'm going in early November, so early mid-November. So yeah, anyway, so that is that. A lot of people asked who's looking after them, so Eric will do them when he usually has them, so he'll only be by himself. And then they are actually going to different people most days. So littlies will go to someone and school kids will go to school. And on the weekend that I'm away, they will split up between a few houses. So Yeah, so that's what they're doing. Yeah, mostly friends of the kids are watching them, or other kids with them. So it's been good. It worked out well. Yeah, so that is that. I'm only going by myself. I'm not taking any children this time, so that will be really weird for me. It is the first time I've ever left them, apart from one night when I went to a friend's engagement party, which I left like mid-morning, and I was back like lunchtime the next day. So it was actually interstate, so I drove there and drove straight back. So yeah, so this is the only time that, oh, and I went away earlier this year on a business trip, but I was working the whole time, so I didn't even have time to think about it. But yeah, this is the first time I've gone on like a mum vacation. But I really wanted to see my brother and nephew. It's his first Christmas. I could not get over there during the time that Eric was off, unless I paid for the whole entire flight to go there and back. So like, as in, like, it was astronomical. It was like $3,500 each way for some of the days that I wanted to fly. So it was just not yeah, feasible to do that. And I used my Qantas points. I actually got the cheap Qantas points there, so I've used that, and I think I only paid 300 and something, or maybe around 400, I'll say, for taxes and fees, like immigration fees and stuff. So that is that. We did do a Q&A, but we haven't done a Q&A on the G7X yet, and we sat pretty far back from it and zoomed it in, and the sound was terrible because we sat on our bed like up the back, and we put it on near the TV stand, and it just didn't work out. So it was really awful to edit. I could hardly hear, and I just thought no one's gonna watch it because they won't be able to hear it. So I thought I'd answer some of the questions now, sort of as a mini Q&A. There were a lot of pretty much similar ones on there, so I thought I'd go through some now. So first up, we had a lot of questions about where we live and whether we're going to buy in the future. We would love to buy. We have been looking at buying, but in the area that we live in, we need a lot of money, like close to $1 million, $800,000 to $1 million to buy a house, which is a massive loan. So we've been really cautious and been trying to find the perfect property, but we haven't found it, and we aren't quite ready to take the massive step into that massive mortgage, and we're not sure we want to either. So yeah, so this house we can stay in for at least another year or two, so we probably will stay here for at least another year, and get debt free before we take on any other sort of loans or whatever we do, that sort of thing. So second up is if we're going to still do the tiny house living. So after we posted that, we went and looked into it a lot further and a lot more financially, like long term, how much it would cost. So all up, we had to buy 2 new cars, because we could have got away with one, but then Eric would have to tow one caravan to the next place, come back, get the other caravan and go back again, which is not really what we wanted to do. And it would be such a draining day just to swap sites and that sort of thing, because you can't stay long term. I think it's 30 days is max in a lot of caravans parks in Australia that aren't like where they sort of are stationary and stay there all the time. But anyway, we also looked into it further, and we approached a few parks where we were thinking of staying, because we are a family of 13 and it is well known on our channel. We actually had to get 3 sites due to health and safety regulations on the sites and stuff like that. So with that extra site, it made it not feasible or not really worth it in the long run. because you're paying an extra like $400, $300 a week for the third site. So and with the cost of the 2 vans, we're looking at 2 $70,000 vans and 2 $70,000 cars. We were sort of upwards, and that we might still do it in the future if we feel that we wanted to live completely debt-free. I had it all worked out with the toys. We would go down to less toys, which I actually have. I just haven't made videos on decluttering since we moved in. I find them really painfully slow, and I just want to get in and get it done. For example, when we moved in, our bedroom was solid full of boxes. You could not move in there. We could not put our bed in there. And then all the rooms were like they are now. So as I was unpacking, I either got rid of the stuff or it went away properly. I feel like I'm just turning a corner now. There's a video coming up where I actually filmed half decluttering the little boy's room and cleaning it up a lot, because we want to change it around probably early next year. So that's a project we want to do. We want to build something in there. So anyway, so yeah, so if we were to go tiny, we would also have a storage unit locally to where we would majority stay, and I would set it up like kind of like a shop, with tubs like this or smaller, because these are like 120 litres, so they're massive and annoying, but good for other things. So we would have, like in summertime, we would put all of our winter clothes in there, like jackets and stuff that don't need to be in the van. I would do a toy rotation system and have them in there. All the bikes and stuff would come with us. Certain things like the roller coaster would have to go in there, in the cubby house, because we would eventually buy, unless we sort of foreseed that we wouldn't, unless we saw that we would not ever buy a property, then I'll probably sell them, or I'm not quite sure what I'll do with them. I haven't even thought about that. But yeah, that was our thoughts on going tiny. Was we would have to have some sort of storage unit or something to have that stuff stored in there. Our other option was to build a property on land that we would retire in, with some bedrooms and stuff, so we would just stay in the vans during the week so the kids could attend their school, and then we would go back to our house for school holidays and weekends or days that they don't go to school. So that was our idea with the tiny houses. We still think it's an idea, but not in the near future, more in 1 to 2 years, if we really don't want to rent a big house, or we can't buy, or we don't want to buy, because I'm really nervous about spending that money on a house and then we're pretty much house poor and we can't do anything. So we really want to take all the kids to see my brother Matthew. So yeah, so, and we'd like to do some more traveling and that. We really enjoy going away, even for camping trips and stuff. That's our goal now, is to do a lot more family time and that. Eric is, that's probably another question. Eric has got another year of sort of theory work, and then he has 6 to 9 months of placement. So he has I don't know, whatever. It's like at the end of 2021 he'll finish, because he had to slow down with some subjects because of workload and stuff like that. If we do happen to save enough money where he can stay at home and study more, then he will, so he'll finish a lot earlier. But at the moment he can only do one subject at a time, so it's kind of getting longer to do the degree. But that is his end goal, is to be a teacher by 2022. So yeah, so I think I'm going to leave it at that today. I've answered 2 probably of the majority questions. The other one was whether we're having another baby, and I think I will do that in its own vlog. And then there were a few like, are any of the kids lefties? And yes, Harry is our only lefty. Joel is our only redhead. And all sorts of questions like that. So I will answer them with Eric in another vlog. There's actually some really great questions in there that I'd like to re-answer with Eric, because I think both of answers were better together, if you know what I mean, about personalities and stuff. So I think I'll do them all up. So that is it for today, guys. Like, subscribe and comment below. Bye.